doing out here today on this full opening day of the NBA season. Um, this your boy Jay Lewis, and with me is my boy Hugh.
What's happening, Jay?
What up, though, man? It's NBA kind of fun, dude.
Yeah, man. Did you check out the games yesterday? I was only able to check out the first game. But you know, I heard some of the things that happened in the second game, and it's too early to get that spicy right now, man. But we'll definitely get into that.
Yeah. Basically, the show I wanted to do is basically NBA based. I wanted to run down everything regarding NBA. I know we had 2 games yesterday, but I mean it was 2 games. We got pretty much a full tilt tonight and tomorrow. But I wanted to kind of run down some of the questions facing teams this year in the NBA. Who made the best off-season moves? Who got a good chance to win the NBA Finals this year? What teams are going to be impacted most by their draft class? I mean, I just want to kind of get into it a little bit. A little bit of I don't know, you. I don't think the show would be complete if we didn't talk football.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. We definitely got to talk about some of those games, man. You know, some of the college stuff is going on this weekend, and definitely NFL. You know, man, we done marked our calendar for week 9, man. We seen that one game that we both wanted to see, and we marked it. We definitely gonna have to talk about that, man.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and do it because I know the last show.
We didn't even do the NBA like we should have.
I think we did a good 5 minutes. I know everybody who listened to the show like, man, these clowns said they're gonna do.
We didn't really touch on it like we wanted to.
Right, man. Because like I said, when we get into the NBA, I mean, when we get into the NFL talk, college football and stuff like that, man, it's crazy, you know. So, just full rundown right quick before we get into the NBA. We're starting off with the NBA today because it's pretty much I want to say this is opening season or opening day for me because it's full tilt of games, not the 2 games that were on last night. You had the Spurs and the Mavericks, and then you had the Lakers and Rockets. So whatever. Tonight you got like a full tilt. They started off with a good one. Chicago and New York going at it. So I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a night for sports. You got Game 7 of the World Series tonight. I'm taking the Royals. Me and Hugh was talking about that before we came on the air. I'm taking the Royals. Hugh wants the Giants to win. You got that to look at. A whole bunch of NBA stuff tonight. We're gonna get into a little bit of football. I wanted to talk about the first rankings that came out for the college football playoff. I wanted to hit on that real fast, and just a little bit of NFL today. But all right, let's just start off with the NBA talk. What? Okay, this was a question that I wanted to ask. Over the years, it's been seen. Do you think it's been mixed as far as because no conference has been done?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, you had the Western Conference winning championships and dominating the league pretty much. You know, because you'll have a team in the Western Conference that's an 8 seed, and you put them in, the Eastern Conference, and they could
probably
easily be a
effective
third
at
or
first.
fourth seed. Right. In the Eastern Conference. So it's like, before Miami won they key back to back, you had Dallas winning, stuff like that, the Spurs, and again last year the Spurs won. This year, who you think kind of got the edge? Do you think the Western Conference still got an edge? Are they favored this year to have somebody push the trophy up, or you think the East gonna do it? Because LeBron, he's back home. You got a nice little team around him. I mean, what you think?
Oh man, I still think a lot of the power ranking teams are in the West, like you just discussed, James, and I'm glad you mentioned this. We always talked about this before, like how was this team not even 500, but they're 7th and 8th ranked teams. It always happened like that in the East. Most times in the East, it's like now you're going to look at the teams, and when you look at your teams, you're like, what teams do I need to play to get past? Miami's still going to be one of the teams who go like maybe in the semifinals. I don't think they'll go too far, but they got pretty good talent over there still. And I believe now with LeBron James leaving, that's going to help Chris Bosh get a better role. And Lou Haldane being over there is pretty good as well. And if Granger steps up, he'll really help out. He could be a big, key to them in their success over there in Miami. So as weak as the Eastern Conference has been, they're going to at least be a 4th, maybe a 5th seed. But I like the moves that Boston made. I still don't think they're a contender yet. But when you look at the Bulls, man, that whole thing with them getting all the Gasol, and they already had Joakim Noah, but you got some pretty big guys in there. And, on the versatility of Paul Gasol, that's going to really help out the Bulls as well. And a healthy Rose as well. A healthy D Rose makes a hell of a difference as well when it comes to the Chicago Bulls team, because it's only going to go as far as he takes.
Yep. I agree with that. Man. I think Cleveland put themselves in a good position.
They got some great role players.
Yeah. And they got Kyrie Irving over there, and traded to Kevin Love.
I'm looking at a picture of them.
I think they just gotta mesh everything together. That's like the whole thing with Cleveland. But I don't know. I think as long as you have LeBron on the team, man, that kind of makes you
going to help. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of makes the team favorite. And I don't want to say Cleveland is a favorite like right off because they got LeBron James back over there and with the addition of Kevin Love, and then they got a star like Kyrie Irving over there. They still got to put everything together. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, no doubt in my mind that team is going to be there.
They're going to be special
in the conference. Yeah, in the conference finals, if not the NBA finals. Like you were saying, Chicago's going to be tough. They're going to be real tough because Derrick Rose pretty much ain't played the last 2 years, so his mindset, his head, his body is fresh. His head is probably clear. He probably just have this a straight basketball mindset. And I see the Bulls going very, very far. They're going to be hard to beat in a 7-game series.
Yeah.
Come playoff time. Come playoff time. But when it comes to dominant conferences, man, the Western Conference is they're just superior to me, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just every year you got to understand it's what about. I want to try to get the full count here.
Yeah, because you could start with like the defending champs. Those guys going to be a powerhouse team over there. Then you got teams like Oklahoma when Durant is healthy. It's like so many Southern teams, man. It's like the Texas, San Antonio. You got Dallas, who, man, that's going to be a hell of a series when they play. I can't wait to see them play again because that game went to the wire last night. That's a pretty good team with Tyson Chandler going back and Chandler Parsons going over there. And I just like to see what they did, man. And I didn't even know Jameer Nelson was over there until I seen the game last night. Like, Jameer Nelson over there. They did a lot of good sneaky deals. And they had a lot of good people on their team as well. And I saw a lot of the guys they picked up. And I said, man, that's going to help them a lot because it's giving Dirk a chance to relax now. He don't have to put that much on his shoulders anymore because you got Monte Ellis over there. You got Devin Harris back over there. And, it's just a whole bunch of guys that's going to play together. And that's all they really want is, like, good players who can shoot and contribute and still have the centerpieces around Dirk. That team, I looked at them like, man, just with the Chandler Parsons trade alone and them getting Tyson Chandler back, I think that team's going to be special. Not even to say Randy Feldman. He's going to definitely get some of their, do some of their scrappy, dirty work. If he's a big point guard and he can kind of post and, kind of get the dirty buckets and assists. So yeah, I think that's going to be another really good team over there. But man, they got a powerhouse in the West, though.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I was about to say that we were just talking about Cleveland and Chicago over in the East, and it's 15 teams over in the Eastern Conference. And we were just talking about two. You know what I'm saying? Two main contenders. You know what I'm saying? And they actually have to be in the same division. But, I mean, if you want to go, you know what I'm saying, and talk about teams like Washington or the Hornets or whatever. I mean, the Miami Heat, you could talk about them still because they still something. The Pacers may not, you know what I'm saying, be what they but Paul George is hurt. So
that hurt.
You look at that. Yeah, I mean you look at I mean the Nets, they old as hell. You know what I'm saying? They old roster over 50. You know what I'm saying? So you look at it from the Eastern Conference, then you go to the West. You got Phoenix Suns, you got the Golden State Warriors, Clippers, the Spurs, the New Orleans Pelicans, who gonna come on strong this year.
Man, Anthony Davis
is an animal, man. He's going to solidify himself as one of the top 5 players in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
You got the Houston Rockets. They showed what they made of last night. Memphis will always be there for me with that.
They got a hustle team.
With the 2 big men, Memphis will always be there. Then you got the Mavericks, like we just talked about. Can't count out Portland, OKC.
Never could.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I mean, man, I just feel like the Western Conference is loaded. And I think the only thing to probably bank on is the West teams just beat up on each other. You know what I'm saying? I guess for in the playoffs till they get to the finals. But I mean, as we can see last year, shit, that didn't work. San Antonio got down on Miami. Miami had Miami had one of the easiest roads to the finals last year I've ever seen. Like,
I agree.
They breezed to the playoffs, man. I mean, the Indiana Pacers punched them
one time, and then
after that, man, Miami just was like, man, let's go play with these guys and get them on out of here. And they were rested and, rested up, and then San Antonio, man, they played San Antonio. San Antonio just got rid of them, man. They kicked Miami's ass.
It was a jumper fest, man. I never seen a jumper fest like that. I was kind of mad, man. Like, damn, man. Like, one of these jumpers did not fall. They were shooting like with their eyes closed, it seemed like, man. And they hit everything, man. But they played good team ball, and They dished the ball out. It wasn't really about the big three, man. In that series, it wasn't about Ginobili. It wasn't about Duncan or Tony Parker. It was about Kawhi Leonard, man. Damn, he had a homecoming, man. He really stepped up, man. And they're going to have to pay that man sooner or later, man. Somebody else will.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have to pay him, because if you look at it, Duncan is, he's getting older. Duncan playing what, 98?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Duncan's getting older. Nobody's getting older. Tony Parker, as young as he is, he's getting older. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the difference from age and then NBA age. You know, them NBA years catch up with you. So, they're going to need a face for the Sixers. But what I want to ask is, out of the Eastern Conference, what team do you think is going to be the surprise this year to make it not only to the playoffs, but make a nice little run? But what team do you think is surprising this year?
A surprise the team? You know what, man? I think with the influence of my man's Big Phil Jackson, there's a possibility that the Knicks can be relevant again this year. They don't really have no bad pieces over there. I've been seeing the players that they have over there, man. And some of the moves they made was for the best of the team as well. I think a lot of the moves they made to basically say we want like role players around our key player, and they're basically putting their focus on Carmelo, man. This is kind of a make or break year for the Knicks too, man. That's why this first game against the Bulls is gonna be so vital. It's like it's not gonna determine the year, but it's going to determine where they're at right now. You know, when Derek Fisher tutelage over the team, and Phil Jackson, he basically the triangle offense as good as anybody. I think they were a little disappointed that Kerr didn't come over there, but they got the next best thing in Derek Fisher. He still can put in a game plan, and they can drink that Phil Jackson Kool-Aid and have them off and running. Man, I definitely think that this year with the talent. Carmelo Anthony, man, if he just don't be selfish, man, I don't think he's the most selfish player, but he's probably top two. And that'll make a break him, man. I definitely think the Knicks is going to finally make a run.
Yeah, you know what? I like the Knicks. But to me, man, I don't know. Unless they're being coached very well, I just don't see nothing. Only thing I really see over there helping Carmelo is Bargiani. I know Calderon helps a little bit, but. Other than that, other than that, I don't know with the Knicks, man. That's what I don't understand about Carmelo State. Like as far as basketball wise, we all know why he stayed because of the money. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to basketball, when it comes to winning and basketball wise, I just don't. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't make sense for him to stay, with their lack of roster movements, whatever, because they really didn't make no big free agent push for nobody or get nobody over there doing that low. But, I don't really see it. With the Knicks doing anything, the team I see doing something more this year. And because they made some noise last year in the playoffs, man. Nice young team, and they backcourt deal. Washington, man. I see the Wizards making some noise, and I think they're gonna be a scary team for somebody, man, because the backcourt they have over there with Wall and Bradley Beal.
Mm-hmm.
Man, That's a very good backcourt, man. And they got the big guys down there to do all the dirty work. You know what I'm saying? Get the rebounds. I mean, they got Nene down there. Gortat doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hold on. Is this wrong? Yeah, this got to be wrong.
What's up?
I'm looking on the roster. I'm looking at Washington's roster, and they got a Paul Pierce on my thing.
Yeah. Hey, he flipped it out on it, man. I didn't know till the other day. I was looking like it was like a scrimmage game where him and Jakeem Noah got to a fight, and I think he pointed his finger at his face, and like you know how he kind of punk mugged him with his finger, and it was like a little dispute. And I'm like, man, where did this clown go over there? But I was still hurt though, man, James, and I know you probably felt the same way because as far as when it comes to the Wizards, I already expect them being deep in the playoffs this year, man. After last year, man, they're only going to get better. But what surprised me was the actual fact that when they got Paul Pierce, man, because I was like, man, he still got a little bit of something in him. And that team was already good. So, yeah, man, I expect them going somewhere, man.
Yeah, man, they looked so good last year. I was like, man, like you know, I'm like, this team is very exciting, man. They good, and not only were they good and impressive, they played some very good basketball, like good sound basketball. They played good defense. Their offense was under control, man. I mean, they exploited teams with their guard play. And when you have good guard play, man, you can go places with good guard play. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has a good backcourt. You know what I'm saying? A good backcourt is key, right? A good backcourt is key in the NBA. And they have a throwback backcourt as well. You know what I'm saying? Kind of reminds me of the Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars backcourt, where you have your speedy penetrating point guard, which is John Wall, like Zeke. Not comparing him to Zeke, but just saying, you got that type of point guard, and then you have your true guard, which is just, he's Bradley Beal's a shooter. That's what he is.
He lights out.
He shoots the ball. But when he has to, he can put it on the floor. And then the key can play defense. You know what I'm saying? So they have a very throwback backcourt, man. And I watched them doing damage this year in the playoffs, man. I'll be scared for one of them teams that we mentioned, like Cleveland and Chicago. Not saying that Washington beat them, but they gonna push them.
They give them a run.
Yes, they're gonna push them to their limits, man. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like my mouth wouldn't be open if Washington was to pull one off and be in the conference finals this year. I'd be like, oh man, it was earlier than what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Way earlier than what I thought.
Just want the name to stay healthy. That's all. Because I love his game, man. He gave Jakeem Noah 6 last year, man. He couldn't defend the name, man. When he stayed healthy, he's one of the most dangerous shooting big men there is in this game. It's just he just got to stay healthy, man. Because Gortat, man, damn, he had like a breakout year last year, man. But the name when he came back and he gave him his offense too, that made them too hard to stop, man. It was like you had to guard play all the way to the big man. And it was like you couldn't stop them. And then if you try to stop them, and they'll dish it out, and they was giving it to Trevor Ariza, and he was lights out, man. It was like I would have heard that Trevor left. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I still think they got a really good team, definitely with the veteran leadership of Paul Pierce.
Right. I think that leadership from Paul is really going to help these guys out, man. And I think it's going to help John Wall more than anything because, of course, he's the face of the team. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look at John Wall as the face for the Washington Wizards. So, that'll help them out tremendously, man. I want to move to the Western Conference, and same question applies, and I'll start this one off real fast. Looking at it, at all these teams, man, the only one I could really come up with are the Pelicans. With the emergence of Anthony Davis, man, they just, I mean, they destined. They're destined to do something. I'll be surprised if they don't go to the second round this year. If they'll go to the second round of the playoffs, man, I will be very surprised. And that's like a big, that's like a big declaration. Because, did they make the playoffs last year? I don't think they made the playoffs. Did they make the playoffs last year?
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't make the playoffs. But their roster isn't bad.
No, it's not. They got a really nice roster.
Right. They got a nice young backcourt with Drew Holiday and Eric Gordon back there.
That was a good pickup last year.
Yeah. I really think I don't think they can do something. I mean, they got Tyreek Evans. They need to get rid of Austin Rivers, though. Why is he on the team?
Nah, man, that guy's garbage, man. His daddy alone got us in the NBA.
Oh, my goodness. That kid should have stayed in school, man.
Yeah, he should have. He should have stayed the whole time in school to develop his game.
I think he would have been better suited. I really think he would have been better suited going to a smaller college. And the reason I say that is because he would have really been able to do what he needs to do on the court, you know what I'm saying, and learn a lot about the game of basketball. You'll learn a lot with Coach K, don't get me wrong. I mean, Coach K is one of the best coaches, of our time. But he has a system that needs to be ran, and it's not a system that was based for Austin Rivers' game. He has more of a one-on-one type game, and he should have went to a system that was more wide open for him instead of him just being like one and done and going to the NBA and then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he said he's learning. He was injured when he first, his first year he got injured, stuff like that, man, and that's hard to come back from. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a learning process of the game, when you're just not a straight superstar, so it's just, yeah. But other than him, I think the Pelicans, man, going to be something to mess with this year.
Yeah, because them trades last year really helped them out this year, like the holiday trade. I was like, man. And the Tyreek Evans was so low key. I was like, those are two really good trades to help out with Anthony Davis, man. And I was like, man, and they already had the guys over there too, like Eric Gordon,
Right. I really, I think that too. Who do you think made the best offseason moves though? And then
I think one of them had to be Dallas, man. Because damn, it was like I seen all those guys over there, man. I didn't expect to see all those dudes over there. And I forgot who one of the guys who was going to go over there. He was a good player too. It was just they found out his knee was messed up, and then that's when they was like, nah, that's all right, man. And they didn't pull the trigger because they wanted him to take a physical. And he failed the physical, and then when they found out about his knee, they ended up not signing him. I forgot who it was, but I was like, man, if they would have had him too, I was like, that was just kind of being greedy, man, and they didn't go out and break the bank on a lot of these guys, The only guy they broke the bank on a little bit was Chandler Parsons, and I think it was like bad heat between them and the Houston Rockets on after that because he threw out a substantial amount of money, and he was like, they ain't gonna match this, so I really don't care. They're either going to match it or they're not going to match it, and we're going to take him. And they were showing pictures of him on Instagram and everything with him and Mark Cuban hanging out at clubs. And I'm like, yeah, Mark, man, he got this guy now, man, because, going to Dallas, man, and basically getting wooed by him, he knew that he was appreciated there. With Houston, he felt like he was he wasn't appreciated because they didn't come after that offer. He was like, man, all I wanted them to do was to match the offer or give me in that, range that they were going to offer me. He felt disrespect, you know. And man, just with him, Jameer Nelson, and, getting Tyson Chandler back. They got Felton just in case one of the guys get hurt. They already had Devin Harris on that team. Man, Dallas is stacked, man. They got a lot of depth over there.
Yeah, they do. They do, man. And I think Dallas kind of flexed their muscles a little bit last year. When they went to the playoff, they was AC last year, right? If I'm not mistaken. They were AC. They took San Antonio, and they gave San Antonio fit.
Yeah, I thought they were going to beat San Antonio.
Yeah, some people thought that Dallas was going to win the 60s. Mm-hmm. Did they go to 7 games?
Yeah, they did. It was a very close 7 too, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I
thought Miami was going to get them, because I thought they was going to be so worn out after that game because they were like hitting each other like Mack trucks.
Rocky. So I was like, man, these guys going at it, and they plus they must, but nobody didn't know that Dallas was that good. Then, so everybody thought they fell off, Dirt getting old, and he ain't got it no more. And, of course, Vince Carter, old as hell, and that other.
Remember that shot he made in that one game?
Man, Vince found the youth in the play.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, man, but overall, I feel like, man, this season is going to be pretty interesting. I think it's going to be interesting more than it's going to be good. Because the reason I say that is because I think some teams are going to start emerging. You know what I'm saying? A lot is about to shift. Because back in the day, you had the top teams, the Pistons, Bulls, Celtics, Lakers, Trailblazers, teams like that, man, that was pretty much dominating the league. At one point. And it's like, over the past couple of years or so, you know what I'm saying, you could say, the Spurs, Miami Heat, Cleveland when LeBron was there, you know what I'm saying, Chicago been good in the East, mainly. And then you just pretty much had a lot of bottom feeders. Teams that's real young, and hadn't matured yet and got to the level that they're supposed to be at and stuff like that, man. But I think there's going to be a shifting somewhere. I really do. I feel like a big shift is about to happen.
Something crazy going to happen, man. Like all them first rounders that went to teams like the Timberwolves, man. They're not going to be sitting down for long. They got a lot of talent over there, man. They gave up a lot to Kevin Love. I'm not saying they probably show people this year, man. I don't think they're going to be a playoff contender, but I think that people are going to look at them like, man, this is a young team. If they keep them together and, in this salary cap era, if they can keep that team together just for like maybe 3 good years, they're going to start getting teams trouble. Like just one of these teams out of nowhere, man, going to make some noise, like you said.
When you have a group of young players like that, and that's rare. I haven't seen that in a while. Like a group of just young players. It kind of reminds me of like when Ginobili and Parker came in together and meshed right with Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was about 4 years into the league, 3-4 years into the league then, whatever. So they still have time to gel and mess with each other and, that type of thing. And I haven't seen a group And while I'm talking, I'm pulling up their roster, talk right off some of the names. But the Timberwolves, I haven't seen a group like this put together, and it's a lot of first rounders. You understand? A lot of first rounders. And when you got young talent like that, the best thing to do possible is cut them loose. Just let them loose. Just let them loose on the league. Put together a system where these kids can just run and get better and better and better and learn the game. Let them take their bumps on the head, because Minnesota, you look at it, they're in a perfect situation because they're young and there's no pressure on them to win right now.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Flip Saunders over there coaching them, so it's like, you know, Flip no bull crap. You know what I'm saying? He's a good coach. And he's gonna
be a great offensive
teach them how to play. Well, he's gonna teach them how to play that game of basketball. You know what I'm saying? But
they'll make it too.
Right. Just some of the names, man. Just Anthony Bennett. I think he's going to get better, man. I think that injury messed him up bad.
That injury hurt him.
Being out of shape. Yeah, and him being out of shape and stuff, man. I think once he gets back into shape, I think that kid, man, is going to be something special. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer or whatever, but he's going to be very special. They got Gorgie Dean, the guy who came out of Louisville like a year ago. Zach LaVine, rookie. They got Kevin Martin over there. Shabazz Muhammad. Glenn Robinson III. Rick Rubio. Andrew Wiggins. Thaddeus Young. Dude,
that's rough. That's a rough team.
That's what I'm saying. And when you put it together, when you find somebody to put it together, and hopefully Flip can put it together, if he could put them together just a tiny bit, they gonna be hell. Teams are gonna be like, man, we not gonna deal with these young ass dudes today. Oh man, I don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like dealing with these young guys today, man. Come on. You know, but that's very rare. And these guys have the potential to play with each other for about a good 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, barring anybody just get it in so much that they gonna want all that money. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? You need all the money.
That's what makes one of my favorite teams.
Yeah. I mean, the only one I really see leaving within the next couple of years is Ricky Rubio.
Oh, yeah, he's going to want that money.
That's the only one I probably see leaving is Ricky. But if they having success and he having fun playing with them guys, man, I mean, they might can get him to stay. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just feel like they pretty damn good, man.
They remind me of that Clippers team, man. They had Damian Miles and all those guys, over there. Yeah, that's what they kind of remind me of.
They could never put it together, though, over there.
Never.
They could never do it.
Because they thought to be big time names.
Just a few years ago, Sacramento had it over there. You know what I'm saying? They had cousins, Isaac Thomas, Tariq Evans. They had somebody else over there that I've just seen. It was another big guy. He couldn't really play with cousins. Spencer Hawes. Spencer Hawes was over there. And it's like, they couldn't put it together. That was something special. You know what I'm saying? The only one I see who got a nice little young group right now who can do something, and I think they're going to be the shifting too, is Golden State.
Oh man, that's a beautiful team, man.
Yeah, I like Golden State, man. I hate to think of the rhythm of Jackson. That pissed me off to the fullest. But I mean, they still got something good over there, and I think they'll be a force to reckon with this year in the playoffs.
Yeah, just imagine if Kevin Love would have went over there.
Oh my God.
It was just they wanted my man Christian Thomas, man. You know, they wasn't gonna get rid of him, man. They wasn't gonna get rid. They didn't want to separate the Splash Brothers.
Right, man. That would be stupid to do that. You gotta. The only thing you let break that up is the contract. That's it. That you. The only thing you let break that up is that you can't pay them. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you just don't trade Klay Thompson. And, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, they could use K Love, of course, but it ain't like you really, really in dire need of a big guy like that. K Love is he's not a traditional big guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like he's a hybrid forward. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, shit, David Lee do that.
Yeah, they really only problems with him, and he's a great player. He stayed hurt all the time. I had that clown on my fantasy league last year. So mad at that dude, man. He couldn't stay healthy. His life depended on it, man.
He stayed hurt.
He's a good player, though. He's a double-double every night. I felt like that was one of the down plays on the Knicks, too, man. Like, you let this guy leave? Come on, man. Y'all better than that, man. He's showing them, though.
Yeah. I still think, though, I wanted to talk about the rookies, though. I still think with Julius Randle got hurt last night, man. My heart goes out to that kid, man, because I thought he was going to do something this year. Yeah, I thought he was going to do something this year in his rookie year, man. But shit, yeah, broken leg, man. That's it's over. But even with that though, even if he would have been able to do the whole year, I still think Jabari Parker is going to take this year, man. As rookie of the year, I think he's going to help Milwaukee out a lot, man. They needed this type of player in that town, man. You know, they kind of remind you of when Glenn Robinson got drafted over there back in what was it, 93? Was it 93 or 94? Yeah, that was like the 93-94 season. Who was the first pick that year? Was it Weber?
Yeah. Because Weber did have
Weber 93. Yes. Chris Weber. No. Glenn Robinson was the first. Glenn Robinson was the first pick. So Glenn Robinson was 94. Chris Weber was 93. Yeah, because Shaq came on 92. He was the first pick. And then Weber was the first pick in 93. Yeah,
that was a trip down memory lane.
That's what basketball is, man.
I was just about to say that when it was relevant.
Yeah, and I think I really think that the excitement left when people just started going straight to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the fans that were watching the NBA were college basketball fans. So, and you don't get to see a kid mature from in college and play like 2-3 years or so, and the max back then was 3. You know what I'm saying? A kid played 3 years to 4 years in college back then when we were, you know what I'm saying, we were young guys. You know, and when Kevin Garnett, start, hey, let's break the wall down. fresh out of high school, or going to the league or whatever, and it's like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather see you in college, and it changed the game a lot, man. It even hurt college basketball for life.
Yeah.
I mean, college basketball for the past, I want to say, 3 years, I'll go back 5 years. Past 5 years, just really got their mojo back. They really just got their mojo back. And to people, getting back to watching college b-ball and stuff like that, and then following the players into the draft and stuff like that, which I still think these kids still come out a little bit too early. You know what I'm saying? I still think it'd be too early for them. Because you look at some of the kids, man, some of them, come from overseas, or the real freakish talent come from overseas, and get the game be real easy to them, and then they go to college and play, and they're still learning. And once you get to the NBA is a whole different ball game, because you're doing a lot of traveling, nobody there to really hold your hand, nobody there to really sit with you and teach you everything. You have to really learn that on your own. You know what I'm saying? That most of those guys don't be mature enough to do that, man. And that's why they, that's why they be kind of behind. And you'll see them like 3-4 years later. You be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? This dude, perfect example back in the day. Jermaine O'Neal. He had Jermaine O'Neal sat and watched for about 3 years. behind Rasheed Wallace and Brian Grant and those cats at Portland, man. Sabonis and all those guys, man. He had to sit behind them. So you see a lot of that now where these kids have to sit, man. And I just think they hurt themselves a lot, man. Some of them be ready though, Hugh. Some of them be ready for the league, because the league has changed over the years. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't see none of these kids coming out early and playing with, the guys we grew up watching, like a Dominique or Bird, Magic, man. Eat them alive.
Oh yeah, you got some special kids out here, and I definitely agree with you 100%. But one thing that I agreed upon, and it's funny to me because I never really agreed that much with Charles Barkley, but what he said, sometimes it pissed me off. But when he said one thing, though, it made a lot of sense to me. And he said it about John Wall and a couple of other guys who came out too early. He said they need to stop these young kids from coming out too early. They all should at least do their 4 years of school, get the chance to learn how to play the game, the fundamentals, and basically, learn the game in college, and then come to the pros. Because he said when John Wall and Kirk Cousins came out, and a lot of the guys who came on that draft, they only played 2 years. And then they came to the pros, and look how long it took for them to really finally start to get the game. They had 2 more years on top of the years they left. So they left their sophomore year. It took them 2 years to develop. That would have been their 4 years in college, coming to the pros and ready to take that step. And I understand some of them be in financial needs, and they have situations where they want to, take care of their families, but I feel like if you're in college, man, that's the best thing you can do, man, because we talked about that a few times before, James. When you leave those first 2 years, how many guys really go back to get their education,
Exactly. And this goes back to what we were talking about, too. You and I and Jabari were talking about a couple weeks ago. We were talking about the college football recruitment, stuff like that, man. Mm-hmm. Most of that stuff, man, just be about, getting to that next level, man. It's not even about the actual education and all that shit, man. What if the person want to do NBA? You know what I'm saying? What if that's their main goal? What if the main goal is not to get a degree in psychology or a degree in in this or whatever. One of their main goals is
to play ball.
It's to play ball, and then go on to commentary or go on to coaching and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you only get so many Myron roles. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you.
Go ahead.
What you gonna say? I'm glad you mentioned that, James, about the whole thing, because we talked, and Quincy was like, they're there for the education, and I wanted to talk to you so bad about that at the time, but I know I've been working like crazy after that situation. What the hell happened with the North Carolina and their, education system, man? It was so ugly. The last thing I heard, and I was like, man, I said this right here was a spit in Quincy's face when he said these kids should be going to school to get their education. I heard that some of these teachers was having these African American kids, most of them athletes. We're not going to say athlete students. They were athletes because they basically didn't go to class. They had fake African American classes or fake forged classes like it was real classes. They were getting A's. And they were getting credited for things that they didn't do. They wasn't going to school. They wasn't even going to class. They were giving those guys the okay just to leave those classes, not to even really attend classes, to go play sports, to play basketball and football. Most of them were African American students, man. That was crazy. And they said it's been going on since 1993.
Yeah. And I think it goes on at all these big schools, man.
Everywhere.
Because a lot of the teachers are alums, man. You know what I'm saying? Like every professor that's at the university aren't from other universities that come to teach. Those professors took classes. Those prestigious, you know what I'm saying, they're alumni. So they go back, give back, and their way of giving back is teaching. So, of course, if you a teacher there and you love, basketball, football, or whatever, and kind of what me and Jabari was talking about the teachers, not teachers, but the players have to travel and do all this stuff. Being a former student there, those professors kind of sympathize with that. So they shit, I'm going to just go ahead and pass them. And plus, I want to win the national championship this year. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to be able to go, you know what I'm saying, on a road trip and, cheer my school on or whatever. I don't want to be the reason that this kid doesn't, play. And that's what I was saying when we had that big conversation when it was you, Jabari, and Quincy on the air, and we were talking about this whole thing about school and stuff like that. I was saying the best thing to do, just remove the school part away from the athletics, man, because they're not student athletes. They're athletes.
They have to
because the sport part comes first, not the education.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You have to do all that investigation and you got to be separated.
That came out right after we had that conversation. I said, damn. I said, man, what was this when we had this conversation? It really, it was there. We didn't have to say anything.
Do you remember when, what's that coach name? That was at North Carolina. Was he not there no more? I want to say Butch Jones.
Was it Butch? It was Butch something. I know
was it Butch Jones?
Butch Williams or something like that. It was Butch.
I'm saying, is it what was it? Butch? Is it Butch Jones?
You know what? I'm not sure.
I think it was Butch Jones. That's why we need Jabari big head self on the show with us because he's pretty good with that stuff. But I think it was Butch Jones, and they were that just happened, man, when my man was on Marvin Austin, and they had that just awesome defensive line over there, man, and they was just,
oh yeah,
they was giving it to people, and that's when all that stuff came out about the academic stuff like that, like they wasn't going to class and getting A's, and then they were talking about the class they were taking and stuff like that, man. It's crazy. Like, just leave the school aspect out of it, because they're not. I think they should have this straight athletic, just like the athletic scholarship. Like, you're just there as an athlete, and it should be optional if you want to take advantage of, you know what I'm saying, the school part of it. Like, it's optional. But I don't know, man. It just don't seem realistic to me, man, to just keep putting them in a position like that, man. To, you know, because like I said, with the NBA, those kids coming out, they gonna come out after 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like John Calipari at Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Had that team, man. Anthony Davis, all of them cats left. It's gone after 1 year. One national championship is left. I think only like one person stayed.
They were even
the whole starting five league. I think the whole starting five was.
Yeah. Remember, even D Rose left when he was with Memphis. When he was with Calipari. So those guys don't stay, man. They be going to the R&B.
Yeah, man. I just, but like I was saying though, this NBA season, I think, is gonna be very interesting, man. I just see it's about to shift, man. I'm about to change. The waves are about to change or whatever, man. And we're minutes away right now from, the full start of the NBA season. Hope y'all stay with us, man. We about to get into the football stuff for a minute, and then we gonna retire this show so we can go ahead and watch some basketball too.
I understand, James.
Man, we got.
His name was Bush Davis.
Bush Davis. There you go.
Bush Davis.
Yeah. Bush Davis. Yeah, that's his name. Well, yeah. If we don't have to break. Yes, we do. What's wrong with Quincy today? Q, I know we do have to break, man, because after we come back from the break, that's when we can get into the football stuff. So I know you hear me. So I'm just about to send us into break right now. So we come out of break. We come out of break. We're going to go into the NCAA stuff with the college football playoff and the NFL. But before we go to break, right quick, I just want to say I want y'all to enjoy. If y'all leaving us right now, if y'all leaving us right now to go watch the game and stuff like that or whatever, enjoy the game. This NBA season is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be interesting. Knicks and Bulls on, you know what I'm saying? Pistons come on at 9 o'clock. I'm waiting to watch the Pistons. I want to get the Pistons out this year or whatever. But yeah, y'all enjoy this NBA season. I hope y'all enjoy that segment. We're about to get to football right now. So if you guys want to call us after the break, the number is 760-283-0255. 4-6, 4-7. And we about to take a real quick break. And you and I'll be back.
Yo, it's the deal. It's your boy, the Hood Howard Stern, Q Lewis, the host of the livest cloud radio show on the planet. You know what it is, straight from the E Block. We live every week and we reaching over 60,000 listeners. So you know what that means? If you got a small business or a product that you want to promote, this could be the perfect venue for you. If you want to learn some more about how you can advertise on our platform, go to the website www.eblockradio.com and see what package works for you. We got packages as low as $25 a month. $25 a month, where can you beat that at? We're reaching over 60,000 listeners. Hey, if you want to get more information, don't forget, go to the website www.eblockradio.com. Advertise with the livest cloud radio show on the planet. You heard it here first. It's your boy, the Hood Howard Stern, Q Lewis. Get at me. Yo, it's the deal. It's your boy, the Hood Howard Stern, Q Lewis.
So, we're back here with y'all on Beyond the Bleachers. And before we, Hugh, you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You be quiet as a church mouse sometimes, man.
Man, I was looking at I was looking at this Philly versus Pacers, man. It's kind of interesting.
Oh, okay. I gotta get that NBA weekly pass, man. I gotta get that because they put it on that Game Time app. Actually, I'm about to download that right now.
Oh yeah, they balling, man.
Before the break, we were talking about the NBA, and we pretty much wrapped up our NBA talk. And we wanted to get into football, and we wanted to get into college football, and the rankings for the playoffs, college football playoffs, came out yesterday, and it was very interesting because we were on the show about a week or so ago, and we were talking about how many SEC West teams can get in, and based on the first round of the college playoff, 3 got in. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and Auburn. And Florida State was the lone non-SEC team to get in. What's your thoughts on that, man? What's your thoughts on
That's why I believe they need to make it 18. They have to make it 18 some way, somehow. So if they have two SEC teams in there, then it won't be as bad. But it's like, that's why they broke down everything, man. You got, like, these divisions broke down in different ways now. Like, you got the Legends division, and you have, like, two separate divisions where teams will play each other, and you start to go on playing all the teams in your conference. They didn't break down the conferences for no reason. That's why they should have a league. If you win your conference or division, however you want to put it, you should be in. That's why I thought that they split up all these divisions, and I think it is silly to have two teams from the same SEC unless they were from like the two different, divisions, or conferences, however they want to put it. But they should separate it, and you have to win that division. And whoever wins, they're in. And that's why I think it should be 18 now, because they should have it to the point where it equals out to have a true playoff, man, because I still don't think this, we talked about that, how we thought this was still like them, stroking the computers, the BPS computers, and it's not legit. 8 teams make the playoffs, not 4. And by them putting those 2 teams in there, man, I said, wow. I said they really need to do something. They need to stretch it out more, and they have the funds to do it. It's just, I just think they dropped the ball on it this year, and I think that they need to fix that mistake they made, because a lot of people looking at that like, man, they still don't think it's fair, which I don't need.
It's not fair. You know what I'm saying? It's not, because you look at it as in the whole. You have the SEC West alone. Not even talking about the whole SEC. I'm talking about just that division. Is so strong this year. Yeah, we didn't even mention Alabama.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You got Alabama, Auburn, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State. You got these 14. You can LSU. You can put LSU in there, man. You got like 5 teams that's tough as nails and can beat any other team in the nation.
Did they just beat on this?
Yeah, they just beat on it.
I don't get it.
So I think, you know what? I think that Ole Miss win over Alabama catapulted them something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they saw nobody else better than Ole Miss right now. But I mean, you could have easily put Oregon up there. You know what I'm saying? Oregon.
Yeah.
Or
they only lost the game.
Yeah, and then Michigan State is ranked at like number 8 or something like that, or 8 or 9 or whatever they're ranked at, and it's like I'm not understanding. And like we were talking about, it all goes back to the shit. The
BTS ranking.
Yeah, the BTS ranking and your strength of schedule and stuff like that. Because it ain't Michigan State's fault. That's the Big Ten stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not their fault. It's not Florida State's fault right now. That's the ACC stuff. But Florida State's still eating. I mean, I guess because they've been defending national champions, but still, you got my strength of schedule. Florida State ain't playing no damn body.
Not at all.
But Notre Dame, that's about it. And they almost lost to who's on Clemson. So it's like, I mean, who do you? I don't know, man.
They need to fix this, man. And kind of, you know what it remind me of, James? It remind me of the time when they didn't have a true champion before they made this BCS bowl crap. When we had co-champions that year, man. When we had Michigan and Nebraska as co-champs. They didn't even play each other to determine who were the real champs. That type of crap. We're still kind of in that era right now. They need to fix the whole thing. And I think it's just a work in progress right now. But I think that they're definitely going to do something about it. And I'm hoping it's soon because the 4 teams right now, hopefully they fix that or do something better because a lot of people still scratching our heads over it. Like, man, come on now, you know, there's teams out there who deserve to be in that 4th ranking, and they basically kind of messed it up. And I think that, yeah, like you said, with the Alabama win alone, that gave them credit. But it was like right after they beat Alabama, it was like it was a little earlier when they beat Bama. And then now it's later in the season. Most times people drop when it's later in the season than you lose, you know. And that's the thing, too, that hurts college football. You know, you got to damn near go undefeated to win a championship versus in the NFL, you can lose a few games and just get on a high streak at the right time and still get your stride.
Right. And a late loss can hurt you more than an early loss can.
Mm-hmm.
You can lose
earlier.
Right. You can lose your second game of the year and then rip about 9 wins or 9-10 wins off win your conference. You're right there. You know what I'm saying? But it'll hurt you more if you ripping all these wins off and then come to the last game of your conference championship, you get mollywopped. You lose, you can drop. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, man, they need to do something. And with them having all the resources like that, man, and all that damn money and all that stuff, they can get this together, man.
You know
they can fix this, man.
But they're able to pay Alan Levine to do their theme songs. That's where they put their money at.
Man, they go damn well they can fix the stuff, man. That's funny. You know?
How do you feel about the whole Todd Gurley thing? I know you heard about that. That he suspended, except for the 2 games, he suspended 4 games now, James. And listen to this, though. This is the part that made me laugh. They can't say it's not all about the money because they're lying. They said he'll come back November the 15th. And guess what November the 15th is? The game when they play in the championship. They play a championship game on November the 15th. That's when they decide to reinstate Todd Gurley.
You serious?
Yeah, I saw that recently. Like, are you serious? You're going to suspend this guy 2 more games, then you reinstate him when it comes to the championship game. Wow. I thought that was crazy, man. I couldn't believe it. I said, they're some big hypocrites, man. That's all they are, man. It's like, since the other guys are doing well, we're not going to have no problems right now. Oh, Lord, we can't lose no money without Todd Gurley playing. Let us get some butts in the seat. Let us make this game more interesting. Let's bring them back when it matters. The championship game is when they bring him back. And I said, wow. I said, man, they really dropped the ball, man. And they call themselves disciplining these kids, but, man, it's really like they're hypocrites, man. And I understand they felt like, well, I feel we all said this was crazy. And even Michael Wilbon, he said something that's funny. He said he wished that he hit him for $10,000 in the like autographs that he signed. But it was only $3,000, man. And him doing that, he got in trouble for it. The $3,000 to sign an autograph of his own government name.
That's terrible, man. You get in trouble for for autographing your name that your parents gave.
That's
They
ridiculous.
paid for it.
He gonna get more than that when he go to the NFL.
Right. And my thing is, like, how was that? Like, how was that?
Commit the crime.
Yeah. How can you really, like, back the NCAA up on that? I mean,
Yeah.
that shouldn't even be in the contract. They should be able to get money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're stars. You know what I'm saying? You tell them to go out here, you put them on national TV and all this stuff, man. And you expect for people not to, you know what I'm saying, kids to idolize them and people to, you know what I'm saying, really love these kids for playing football and, you know what I'm saying, being superstars and stuff. What you expect? People gonna want their autograph. Some people may, you know what I'm saying, pay for their autograph and stuff like that or whatever, man. It's just, you shouldn't block people from getting money, man. That's terrible.
As long as they don't got their feet in it, they're like the government. It's like, as long as they can't put their 2 cents on it and their stamp of approval, because I guarantee you, if he got that money, Jay, let's be honest, man. Let's say that Ty Gurley got that $3,000, and if he got that $3,000, NCAA be like, no, not so fast. You got $3,000, right? You got to give us 12. You know, if they had their stamp of approval and they did things like that, okay, yeah, you got 10 grand, you got to give us 3. And they had their foot on everything, or they had their stamp on everything. They wouldn't even say something, Jay. And we know this, man. They wouldn't have said nothing to these kids if they had their hand in a cookie jar. Since they're not involved, it's like you committed a crime. It's the saddest and low down dirty, despicable thing I've ever heard. NCAA.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, man, they can, and they know doggone well, man, they could fix this playoff system, man, and they could have did 18s, but like you said, it all comes down to the sponsorship and the bowl games and all that.
No. You know they want to keep them bowl games.
Yeah, some bowl games and all that stuff, because 4 teams, and 3 of them is from one division, not even one conference, one division in the conference. That's crazy. Like, it's crazy, and they really need to fix it, man. Like I said, if you gonna change something or try to make something better, then make it better or change it. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep it the same, or just keep. It's like they kept it the same, but just kind of jumbled it up and hope people don't recognize it. Almost. Let's do 14, but we still gonna do it the same exact way. But let's just do 14. Start it. Don't make sense. Then I'm here talking about it.
Yeah, that makes me upset every time we discuss that, how they do this stuff that they do, man. It don't make any sense. And when you got the NCAA, when it comes to basketball, you got teams like ranked 23rd in the March Madness. They give everybody a chance. But you never know what Cinderella team can come out of it. But in football, no way. You can't do that.
This teams you ain't even heard of come out of it.
like you might have heard of Virginia Commonwealth.
Right. And some years ago, you had George Mason come out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody gets a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? But
everyone.
Even if, like I said, because football is a little bit different than basketball. You know what I'm saying? So the talent levels are a little bit different. So my thing, like I said, what they need to do is take your power conferences, mix them together, and make them a league. You know what I'm saying? Make it just a league of the power conferences. You have a master scheduler to schedule teams against each other every year. You know what I'm saying? And you go with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the teams. How you eight playoff teams or whatever. Get like two conferences. Have you like how the NFL does it. 16 teams in the playoffs, 8 from one division or conference, 8 from the other, and then bring them together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that would seem better than this garbage.
Because they got it together so long ago in the NFL. Just remember, it was like the NFL, AFL. Then they changed it and they merged both together to the NFC, AFC. And then they played, and that's how they came with this beautiful playoff system that we know and love, you know. And that's how all that starts. Even the NBA, ABA, they all kind of went through this. But look how long ago that they got it together, man. Back in the 70s, 80s, and stuff like that, man. And look how long this taking for college. Damn, man. We in 2014. And now y'all decide to make a 14 playoff? Come on, man. We should have been at 8 teams by now, at least.
Yeah, at least 18. And it's like I said, man, when you look at it, though, see, because it's still, as smart as they try to be, they're not smart enough. Because you can make a little bit more money. You can make a little bit more money by marketing off the playoff system and still keep your bowl games and your sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? You can still play your bowl game, but make that bowl game a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? And they thinking they're going to have to give up the playoff games, the bowl games for the actual playoff games, man. Just play the bowl games within the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a good sponsorship right there. Sponsoring the college football playoffs like that, man. This jump been going on for like since the 60s. Like the 60s, man, you have the co-national champions, all this garbage, man. That's co-national champions. Terrible. Right. You know, damn co-national champions for the year. Stuff's retarded.
That has to get fixed, man. And I'm just hoping, James, that I'm not 60, 70 years old before they finally get it together.
Right.
Because I'm down here 40 now. And it's like they still don't got it together. I never thought that it would take this long. Oh, man.
Ooh, I want to watch the NBA. Because you know what? I want to talk about this right quick. And to let Q know, I'm going to wrap up in a minute, man, because I got to do some homework. I got to look at these games and stuff, man, and prepare myself because once college football season, not college football, college basketball season starts, I'm going to be watching a lot of college basketball because I'm a college basketball fanatic. So I watch college basketball all the time. So I want to kind of be ahead of the game with the NBA. But we're going to wrap up in a little bit. But I just wanted to dog the NFL on right quick. Because I'm right here as I'm talking to everybody. I'm watching an NBA game in Miami against Washington right quick. And the NBA League Pass is awesome. And they let you buy individual games.
Sweet.
Like you could purchase a game. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to watch Pitchers game or something like that. I think it's like $4 or $7, something like that. It's in between the $5 to $7 range or something. Then they got the package. Yeah, then they got like the package where you can I think it's like 130 for the whole season. You can follow five NBA teams or whatever, and you watch all of their games. Then you got the $200 package where you can watch all of the games, all the teams. Why the hell the NFL don't got like the Red TV got exclusive rights to everything?
It's so expensive, man.
Yeah, like I don't understand that.
They cheat you too, James. They only give you 1 week. You can't tease me with the NFL package for a week. Give me all these games in the red zone, and they'll tell me, "Oh, you gotta pay like $300, almost $400 for it." And I'm like, "Well, why I gotta pay that much?" Because they got the fantasy league where you can do fantasy on the TV. I don't need all that. I don't care about that stuff. I just want to see the game. And when I see the game, I want to watch my favorite teams that's out of the market. They're not showing on Channel 2, Fox, and 62 CBS.
Right. Because my thing is, with the red zone looks pretty cool. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's decent. But my thing is, with the red zone, you just seen like touchdowns or little clips or whatever. What if I want to watch? Like, I'm a Patriots fan just like you.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're not playing on CBS, and mind you, if I'm working or out somewhere, I can't watch that on my tablet or my phone or whatever. I can't watch it. It's blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
On my tablet, it don't want me to watch it. And on my phone, I can't watch it or whatever. So my thing is, why can't I just purchase the game? You know what I'm saying? Have me where I just purchase the game, charge me like $10, and get my little debit card out, pay $10, and just watch my Patriots game.
I do that every day.
Right. Because when I was living in Arizona, I couldn't watch the Lions because they weren't local. I had to,
Right.
You know what I'm saying, like go to Buffalo Wild Wings, something like that, and watch the Lions. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't, they didn't broadcast the Lions locally. I had to wait on the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not a Cardinals fan. I care less about the Cardinals game. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, man, so if the NFL, somebody from the NFL is listening to this show or get a hold of this show on E-Block Radio, listen here. Y'all need to talk to Roger Goodell or whoever it is and tell them we need an NFL league pass or something, man, where we can purchase a game where we can have a package where we can pick games that we want to see for the week or something like that, and we pay an amount and we can watch those games for the week or what have you. For example, if let's say the Lions playing the Patriots that week, the Eagles playing the Cowboys, then there's like 3 more games or whatever. You can pick up to like 3 games or so that you want to see. Pay a flat fee, and then you can get those on whatever device you got or whatever, as long as you pay for it. All right, don't you think that's a good idea here?
Man, I love that idea, man. I'll pay for every game I could because the fact is, like you said, a lot of these games, man, like if it's not local or if it's not on Fox or if it's not on CBS, so that means it's going to be blacked out. But we can't watch it, man. I'm not the type of person to like, say, for instance, if it's a serious game, like, say, for instance, if they didn't have the Denver Patriots game on regular TV and it was blacked out, don't you know how many people would go crazy? They need some of those vital games like that that's out of the market to be put on TV, man. I know CBS do a good job when it comes to a lot of the games, but sometimes they do a crappy job. Like, I refuse to watch the Oakland and Chargers game. But that's all we had on 62. They don't really give you a choice. They like, hey man, if this the game we put out, you're gonna have to watch it. We don't care what you say. Now I want to have more of a choice, man. I want to have that freedom, like you said. Okay, this game is not on TV. I want to see it. I want to purchase that game. I don't have to purchase the whole package. I just want that game. And it makes a lot of sense to me because they'll still be making money because I'm not paying them $400 for it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And it's like, because everybody don't have cable, and I know they show a lot of the stuff, a lot of like the main games on nationally or whatever. But I'm saying, like I said, I'm at work sometimes. Some people work on Sunday night or whatever. So why not appeal to that crowd? Because I don't have NBC live on my phone. Like, there's no way to watch live TV unless you got like a little screen box or whatever. And, you know what I'm saying? That shit costs money. Or what have you. What if people can't afford cable or anything like that? You know what I'm saying? And I have a tablet or a smartphone or whatever. And people paying $700-800 for smartphones and shit.
Right.
And, shit, you can't get a full usage out of it. Like, for real. Like, it's like the NFL is exclusive with, like, tablets and like, and a regular television. When it comes to mobile devices, like your phones and stuff like that, you can't get it. Like, I can get Monday Night Football on my tablet. Like, I can watch Monday Night Football on the Watch ESPN app.
Uh-huh.
But I can't watch it on my phone.
Right.
Yeah, because it's a device restriction on my phone. That's retarded. That's retarded.
Crazy how they restrict everything.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So, like I said, I think it'll be, like I said, it'll be sweet if they can package games. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can watch a package of games. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a Patriots fan, Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, and Cincinnati Bengals fan or something like that, you should be able to pick their 4 games that week, and then they give you a flat rate for what you got to pay. Like all those games, like $40. You know what I'm saying? You $40, pay them to watch those games that week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just on all that. So NFL, get on it. Right. Get on it, y'all. This season, this is a good football season. This is a real good football season.
Yeah, it's like volume so bad. Anthony, right now, did you know DirecTV just signed like an 8-year, like multi-billion-dollar contract with them to keep it? Wow. To keep the and I said, oh my God, that means more money being spent and them just blackballing the market more, man. And I have DirecTV, man. That's the sad part, but you ain't gonna see me paying all that money to get that channel, or to get 16 games. Well, I'm not doing it. I can use that money for something else.
Exactly, man. That's way too much goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? 16, like you said, 16 games. NBA give you 82 games from all the teams for $200. That's an investment.
Baseball gives you 162.
Right. Now that's an investment.
And I only pay like $170. Oh, James, man, I'm looking at the game, buddy. Hey, listen, man, a special news report. Not to cut you off, Jay. Hey, my boys got the bases loaded with no outs, man.
Oh, San Fran?
Yeah. You know I had to tell you that.
Yeah, that World Series gonna be. I'm about to look at it too. I'm not looking. But well, mean, this is a cool show today, man. It's just, get some little mellow show. Not too much already went on the show. When,
that's what it is.
Just wanted to talk some NBA. Yeah, just wanted to talk some NBA with y'all, man. And I know y'all watching the games right now. And, getting the NBA in. And we talked college football playoffs, a little bit of NFL. We went on a rant on the NFL about them shafting us on this damn Sunday ticket crap. Doing the red zone stuff. So it wasn't no NFL talk. We did a lot of NFL talk last week. So
too much.
We wanted to mostly talk NBA and college football. But man, we're gonna lead y'all to it, man. We're gonna thank y'all for listening to the show. Like I said, enjoy this evening of the NFL. The NBA, man. NBA been gone since June. Back. You know what I'm saying? It's back. So y'all go ahead and enjoy. Me and Hugh about to enjoy that. Enjoy the World Series tonight. Great sports night, man. Like I said, thanks for joining us, man. Join us next week on Beyond the Bleacherz, man. We're gonna have more exciting sports talk for y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.
Take care. Go Giants.